Right. That's the new song. That's all. I got nothing witty to say. So, in lieu of us having time, because patch is dropping tomorrow, I'm streaming early in the goddamn morning. I'll be honest, I was playing Minecraft earlier, and I was quite enjoying Minecraft. Not playing a snapshot, just theory crafting a build crafting a theory. No, neither of those are right. It's more of like a... I have this thing that I wanted to make, but I didn't know how to go about it. And so I've just, like, whipped out creative mode and started placing stuff down. Starting to look pretty alright so far. Wouldn't say it's the most potent build I've ever made. That would belong to the DNA strand hourglass that was the size of build height to bedrock. And how big was it? Like, what? I want to say 27 chunks, 28 chunks wide, and 30 chunks long, which was a bit of a mistake by me, but ended up working because I could put, like, a little hanging, like, pole. I'm into big builds, big things. Anyway, speaking of big, we're going to take a look at a key matchup. Dad against Fuger. I didn't put this in. I'd be too biased if I put this in because like every single one of these would be either me or Gruer. Funny enough, it did actually put in Gruer for the key player for our key input. I'm just gonna let these slideshows play around them. Give them some key points where I can give them. Dad, really good in the Bard, really good in roaming sports as well. We're not going to talk about the leaving Honan alone for an entire game incident. That didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. Fuger, relatively decent support every time I've played him. Nothing really bad to say about him. Kind of takes me out back whenever I'm in lane, and then, you know, that's when the real fireworks begins. We take a look at our key player, Gruer. If this one needs an introduction in this server, you've clearly not been paying attention. Key player, Tuccini. I think Tuccini is actually a really good top player, but sometimes gets overshadowed by Blake playing Corky top. Still really solid in the top lane. Good rock for anyone who wants to pick him up. And no one picked him up this season, so we get to see a rock for Meta Busters. Learn to clear the player matchups. Arnie has a Infinity KDA against Korn, so clearly he knows the matchup against Korn quite well. Jonah has beaten Noam 4 times. Honestly, Jonah, you seem to channel the power of domestic abuse wherever you go. Gruer has played pretty much everyone in the mid at this point, and it's won against all of them, so no surprise with the stat there. I did not realize that I was actually doing that well into Stav. I'll be honest, I thought I was getting kind of taken out by Twitch, because I usually don't get resources sacked to me, but I guess I've improved, Smile? I don't think so, if I'm being honest. But Dad has lost to Fuger. I don't know when that happened, probably a sign up. Dad, unreasonably strong support. I'd argue he's like top 2 best in the server right now. Like, I'd argue he's best in the server, but I know people would fight me. I'm ready to catch hands. I'm ready to catch strays. Honestly, I want to say that I'm #1 cooker, so I still have that over everyone else, but not right now. Because we're going to move on to our past performances, and you can see that I'm one-tricking the Jhin. Dad whips out the Camille in this first game. Gruer, Echo. Done pretty well on it. I have, like, the advantage of having actually played in this game, so I made these assets in retrospect. We are trying to make this quick because I don't know when Dean's coming back, and I want to give him as much time as possible to prep and get those games going. Jonah on Zac. I didn't realize that Jonah's jumping pool was wider than the ocean. But, like, you know, if you can play more champions in a 4-way, 3-way, I guess anything goes. Arnie on the Jax, in the beginning to be his signature pick, which into a Darius is kind of funny because I don't know the matchup for Jax against Darius. I feel like I've seen Darius win that every time playing solo queue, but maybe that's just like the Jax effect in solo queue. Gnome on the tree in the jungle. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of Gnome tree jungle in this season, I'll be honest. Pretty iconic pick for him, alongside the Zion. Tushini, first time with the Silas. Stav, is he first time in the TF? He should not be first time. The TF is super strong. Get him on TF1. Noam! Noam, if you're listening! Noam! Daddy. Poppy. Papa Smurf. Get Stav on TF1. Stav's a good TF. No, to read map 12. Fujer on the Poppy. I don't know if this is a reactive pick to the Camille or if they were premeditating a stun into the wall into gold card combo. Either way, whatever works. We're looking at season records here. Much the same to be said. Silas has been absolutely piss smurfing in Scrims Zone, but I mean, haven't seen him that much in our games. Among Us sound effect here. Why is the music so unreasonably intense? Is that how long my OBS overlay delayed? Oh, give it a word. It's because I like P rank 1. Rank 2, impossible. Rank 1 is possible. Also because I found music that is reasonably royalty-free / non-copyrighted, except one of the Yakuza Jukebox musics I was using before, but we don't get into that. Also, I don't know where Jin got 13 losses from, if I'm holding 7 of his wins. Who the hell has been playing Jin this much and losing? Sir? I'm surprised Camille has wins and losses in bot lane. I assume these are like overall records, in which case, pretty sure me and Guru are holding up the Jin win rate tremendously. And yeah. Oh, overall record, what the hell? Jin has almost over 100 games in Scrims Zone? Silas has over 100 games in Scrims Zone? Bam. I don't usually generate this statistic, I didn't know. Alright. Yep, looks like this is about all there that needs to be seen. Jin KDA into the Twisted Fate is tremendous, by the way, that's insane. And Silas, for being a quote-unquote counter into the Echo, not doing so hot into the Echo. That's funny. Anything interesting here? Yeah, actually there is. Dad has a 23.8 KDA on the Bard. Oh my god. That's demonic. Alright. Alright. And we're gonna pop out the draft just to show bans. Mudbuster is banning the Bard because it has a 23.8 KDA, don't tell you. Let's see, what else here? Syndra banned from Guru. Nothing was lost that day. They're banning out Jonah Zinzao, they're scared. We are also scared of the Twitch, so we banned that. We banned the Senna because that champion's annoying as all hell. Banned Lilia. Yeah, everything checks out. Rumble ban away from Marnier. And Jonah's iconic Sejana's banning game 1. The Kaisa and Vayne bans are because we ran out of things to ban, I'll be honest. Didn't realize at the time TF was going bot lane. They could have been going mid for all we know as well. So. I will whip out this game just to play it. I'm relatively sure this is the first game. If it's not the first game, I think I've scammed you. I did not. This is indeed the first game. Pop that up. Close this. is it going to show my point? Will it show my client? We're about to find out. You know, I like these like more chill and laid back streams because you never know what to get. Huh? Oh, it's just gotcha. I get it. Are these the right pieces? Yeah, they are. Alright, I need to focus. I cannot focus. It's too much. I'm getting too hard.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
We're going to switch to directed camera here. So, Dad decides to ping us to do the very funny. It's gonna net us a kill here, probably. We'll see. I don't actually remember if this nets us a kill. Oh, flash out Darius, but flash out of Jax. Also, Darius pops a potion and has it back. Which, I guess is a win? I'm not entirely too sure about that one, if I'm being honest. Water is a great commodity. I'm so glad that we're beginning to fight a water war over the world's remaining fresh water.
Minions have spawned.
Anything else here that I'm missing? Let's see. Wards are placed in both blue and red, so no one is probably pinged it out that he needs wards in both parts of this jungle. And whose ward is that? I think that would be Dad's ward in the top tri-bush, so denying any possible ganks top lane. Arnie's going to go in for an early trade. Counter-Strike is a very fun ability. I despise Jack's Counter-Strike with a passion. As the resident Thresh top player, possibly the most annoying ability to play against. Then again, Thresh top is gameplay consists of auto attacks. I missed the W. Big sad. Camille is support. I don't know the tech with Camille support. It probably does a lot of damage and gets a lot of attack speed off quick shot. But like, absolutely no idea what it does. I'll be honest. No idea how to play it out as well. Yeah, Counter-Strike letting Jax trade that hard into a Darius, by the way. What a funny ability. Oh! Oh! So Hookshot has priority over Poppy Charge. Good to know. A Ghost has popped up with a Darius. We're going to see a gank out from the tree, and that's Arnie just down for the count. Goodbye, as Darius picks up a kill. I'll be honest, even if I was prepared to commentate that, I'd probably just do it the same way. I mean, like, what do you want me to say? It's a tree walking top lane on a flashless top laner. Alright. Bot lane's a bit sleeper. Arnie dodges out the Darius cleave. The Zack's actually going to gank the Darius. Oh, very nice stun on the pullback onto the Zack, and that should just net a kill because Jax is allowed to free hit with lethal tempo. There we go. That is going to gank mid lane. The flash out of Tuccini. Do a fair amount of damage on Q2 on Camille. I will survive bot lane. I am an inevitability. Not in terms of like actually like winning the games or like being super late game, but in the fact that I will inevitably be alone bot lane.
Check this out.
Pings out from Andromeda. They clearly know that the Malka gank's happening. Yay! I hit a cannon! I don't usually hit cannons. If you're wondering why my CS scores are so low in the games that I play, it's because I miss every cannon on Earth. I struggle so much at farming, man. Oh, that. Oh, I see. The Camille Sweep heals her as well. Does so much damage and all that. Gru's going to get a very nice time convergence engage onto Ticini and just absolutely blow him up with the Hail Blades proc. Hail Blades lets Echo get off the passive really quickly and lets you trade really hard, especially since Echo W has a passive on his auto attacks that makes him do execute damage. Arnie's gonna get caught by the Darius here. Dart's going to full stack passive that gets the outside cleave on the Q, and no one's going to come in and steal the kill that Korn worked so hard to get. In response to knowing that the Maokai is top, Andromeda bot lane rotates with the jungler to get Dragon. All very surgical gameplay so far. You could probably put both these game plans, plug and play them into a Challengers game, and they'd work just about the same. No! I am in pain. Another cannon lost the time. The Poppy's gonna find a Zac, but it's a Zac, so you're not killing it in the jungle when it gets the free hit. And get a bunch of blobs for free. Yeah, this silent matchup looked really rough for the Echo, honestly. But hey. Their Goon Squad has formed mid lane. Ticini's getting hate crimed. And it starts with the Camille going in, and the Zac knockup into the pool. Convergence on Echo, and yeah, you know, that's just what Korn's making up for what Andromeda's doing to Ticini, because that's a little disheartening if you're a Silas player. What do you do there? Don't step up. You know, what vision did you have on the Camille behind your tower? Hookshot's an amazing ganking tool. I did not realize it was actually that good. Holy crap. Usually, I don't... Any, like, engage tool that's a long distance dash, I usually just flay. So I don't actually have a very good read on those types of engages because I just played the champion that hella cuts those kind of engages. Things like Zac, jump, Camille hookshot. Water champions go really far on a dash. Poppy engage as well. Yeah, those can all be flayed, so. Oh, Gragas as well. Gragas can also be flayed. Well, I really don't have a good read on how those work outside of the Thresh matchups. Gru's going to get a good trade-off in mid. I'm noticing another 2 potions have been bought by Ticini. Yeah, I am #1 potion hater. I do not buy potions in lane outside of like the starting ones. Yeah, this Camille pick's actually kind of been obnoxious to these low range bot laners. The struggle of a Jhin player. Not the Giga control word. Alright, well, it looks like another 3-man gank is being formed up for Andromeda here. Zac's gonna get it started off. Very close to actually hitting the Silas itself. Silas actually gets away. Oh, Silas engaged. Silas engaged. It's gonna be a dead Silas. Kill goes over to Camille due to the ignite. Gru's going to get out with murder. Stav is actually going to pick one up using the Destiny to get in position. And he's going to use Ghost, pop the heal out of the Jhin, gets the gold card out, starts smacking him down with the ward. The Poppy is going to provide taxi service all the way to my tower. I will live, surely. I will not. But Zac picks up the Poppy on the return kill. Really chaotic so far, but both teams are completely even, except for the fact that Meta Busters has the grubbies, so they'll have a gold advantage, and Andromeda has first dragon. Yeah, no, this top lane matchup is a little brutal. Look at what Darius is allowed to do when ahead. I mean, I don't know. Truly making up for what Tuccini has been forced to go through mid. Poppy is going to be a passenger in watching her Silas lose a trade very heavily. Arnie is going to pick up the minions as best he can top lane. It's kind of hard with the Darius just hovering. Makes them walk up for the cannon. No, dude! That's so evil. Nice little double grenade bounce onto the champion. Every time Jin's grenade kills something, as we are going to see that getting engaged onto the TF here, and Gruer picks it up for the culture. Also top lane, Arnie falls down because Darius is one of the champions of all time. And Darius pops the ghost to get away. Yeah, what was I saying before? Jin grenades do empower damage the more things it kills before it hits its last target. I believe the ratio is 35% extra damage, so you can, with a lethality build, stack that up to infinity. I don't actually look like the lethality build right now. I think the lethality build's really good. I actually think it's the better of the two, between like lethality and crit. I just like moving fast. I value my ability to kite to a ridiculous degree in team fights currently, over the ability to do fat stacks of damage. I guess that's like the advantage afforded to you by having a singular Gruer on your team. Damage is not my chief concern half the time. Gnome's going to pick up the Infernal Dragon, and Dad's going to die after going in for the engage. It's gonna be kind of a rough one here. Gruer goes back in with the time reverse, gets the ult out with the empowered damage onto the TF, brings him down immediately. Tuccini's going to show why Silas is a bit of a counter pick by deleting the Echo immediately after all this happens. And Jin's gonna get kind of frisky with the Maokai. Maokai is going to flash in and get the engage off. Dude, Camille, in the time that this fight has happened, has respawned and came back to clean up the fight. Jonah with a really good engage on Zac to ensure the fight extends long enough to secure both kills. So kill advantage does go over to Andromeda, but you do lose the Dragon, and you already lost 6 grubbies. Kind of a rough one, but you equalize the gold. I love water. Dad's gonna get caught out. Heroic charge into gold card, and then steadfast presence to ensure that Camille can't use hookshot to get away. Right. It's time for Honang gets annoyed over items. Take 2. Static Shiv is a 2,700 cost item, as we're going to see Arne pick up some farm. I honestly shouldn't even have called that out. That's just normal training patterns. I don't know top lane enough to know that's a normal training pattern though. Right, Static Shiv, 2,700 gold item. Gives you 50 AD, 30 attack speed, and 20 critical strike chance. Its passive is a fraud passive. Don't even look at it. It doesn't even do extra damage to minions anymore. We are going to see Darius make his way through his own turret, but without a ghost, doesn't get there in time to stop the Jackson to pick up the kill. Very good gank by Gruer there. Camille's going to get put into the bouncy house castle. Just dead. Just dead. And I'm going to have to walk away from the tower. Yeah, this item's a fraud. I still do not like it. I think that either the passive needs a buff or it needs to go up to 5580. But right now, like, let me check. 178 AD on the Jhin. 144 AD on the TF. Jin with components and Swifties has more AD than the TF with a fully completed item and Berserker's Greaves. Also, we're going to see a fight in the jungle. Steadfast Presence is going to stop the engage from Andromeda entirely, but you can't really stop the entire team from going back in. Jin picks up a 4th shot onto the Maokai, gets a kill there. Whiffs the 2 ultimate shots after picking up a nice kill onto the Silas. Jax comes in to clean up the kill on the Poppy and slaps another one out of the hands of everyone else to get a double kill on TF. Very good stuff. You definitely needed that if you're the Jax. Yeah, I don't know. After those kills as well, I'm relatively certain that Jin has more AD than a TF building Static Shiv. And like, what is Static Shiv even doing for you actually on TF? Like, there's no more AP scaling. It's like flat magic damage on everything, granted, but still, it's like 90 extra damage on the energized attack, which is about as much as RFC gives you. Except RFC gives you a infinitely more impactful passive and move speed with the exact same stats on the AD's attack speed and crit chance. Or no, RFC is 30-80. So you're losing a bit of damage on RFC, but like you're getting an infinitely more useful passive, and you're getting movement speed as well, which Static Shiv doesn't give you. So like just build RFC first, I guess? No, that's not the take. I think the take is like build a better first item because Static Shiv is more utility. We're going to see Silas catch out the Jin here. Jin blows the heal in response, but the Zac party is here to ensure the Jin's continued survival. Mudbuster sends 5 people to the mid lane to ensure that this tower goes down. Twisting Advance. No, that's not the name. What's the name of this? Nature's Grass is invested to ensure the tower goes down and to attempt to secure the Dragon as well. The Jin ultimate on the Jin. 2 Jins fighting in the mid lane. You never believe it. 2 radicals. Terrorist? I would nah. Well, Jin's more of like a deranged murderer slash terrorist, and Silas, he's more of like terror chaotic, like, you know, like the D&D alignment chart. You have like lawful good, and you have like neutral good. So like on the Runeterra terrorism chart, like Silas, you go from like lawful to chaotic, so like, you know, patriot to terrorist, and then instead of like good to bad, you just have like crackhead to like revolutionary. Silas would be like a terrorist revolutionary, whereas Jin would be more of like a patriot crackhead. And we are going to see Stav get absolutely deleted by the 4-1 now, 5-1 Echo. Numbers that big, you just get to delete champions from the League of Legends. It's honestly, like, what do you want me to say? It's a 5-1 Echo. A normal Echo, right? One that doesn't even have a kill is already like liable to one popping a squishy. Now this one has 2 items at 18 minutes. Make of that what you will. Right. Oh, I get to like directly compare these 2 items now as well. Yippee. So, RFC, 3000, 35 bonus attack range, 60 bonus magic damage on the energized attack, gives you move speed, same crit chance, 10 less attack speed, 20 less AD. But, you know, the extended attack range is really good. You're playing a champion with Fleet Footwork already in Ghost. I don't see why you don't build RFC over the static shiv. There's an argument that you build both. I also don't know like what TF builds, and I also don't know why you build the static shiv in the first place. Someone would need to enlighten me. But I don't like static shiv, man. I used to be #1 shiv enjoyer when that scaled with AP, because then it opened up like really interesting builds. Even though like every single mage was an absolute menace on Lichbane static shiv. Gur's going to trade back evenly on a 3v1. Jin's going to open up on the Darius. Echo steals the kill with the rest of his team. Jin holds the 4th shot and demolishes the Poppy. Kill goes over to Zac with the Bomby Cinder. And Zac gets a good engage off onto the back line, which would be the front line, but Metabusters is being kind of routed this fight. 2 more kills go over to Andromeda, and it's a little bit of a wipe. Camille's moving into the top side of the jungle with the Echo. They're clearly looking for the Baron Nashor. That gets us started off. This Baron hurts so much, man. Look at the damage. Look at the damage on the thing. Remember 1 season ago when Baron didn't have hands? And now not only does Baron have hands, but Baron also has a lot of damage. Metabusters will find out that the take of this Baron is happening, but they are powerless to stop the take of the Baron. The old classic build. Collector into RFC. Been here since the inception of Collector. I love it. If only because I just like going fast. Also, this is a 7-1 and 7 Echo. It's a little strong. Camille with the Sundered Sky. What does this item even do? 45 AD, 450 health, 15 ability haste. Looks like an engage is going to come out from the bottom side. From Zac, nothing comes out of it. Rift Herald is invested by Metabusters to take the top turret. And top turret goes down. In response, Andromeda goes for their second dragon. Rift Herald charge number 2 is going to come out. Hits the turret, so it gets a bunch of damage off and spawns a bunch of grubbies as well. At this point, Gura gets reinforcements from the bot lane of Andromeda water, really. Water's really useful, I'm choking on it. Arnya gets the engage off on the Maokai with Jonah. And Gnome should just be dead here. He is. Yep. I surely am enjoying the state of Scrims throat gaming. I already would know a thing or two about state of Scrims throat gaming, as he is going to get ran out a little bit here by just the power of slows. Oh, is my voice back? Well, my voice is back, but I'm gonna get some more water before we start the next game. Metabusters getting kind of desperate. Holding on their own turrets. They need to find some sort of opening. TF is whipping out those cards really quickly, actually. Maybe that's the angle. Doesn't TF have, like, the passive on his E that makes it so that every 6 auto... Yeah, okay, it does a bunch of damage, just like that. Yeah, I can see, like, just building a billion attack speed on the TF, then. Though, if you're going to do that, Fleet Fork over Lethal Temple Smile? Or is that just, like, a matchup-dependent thing? Don't know. I probably won't be playing ADTF, because by the time ADTF gets patched, I'll still be playing Jin. Jonah's going to get the engage off onto the Silas again, under turret. Drew's going to use the opportunity to take the tower. The Zac ultimate gets him a lot of health back. Flash invested from the Jin to attempt to get away from the TF. The entirety of Meta Busters is just diving onto the Jhin. Speaking of, after Dad gets the kill under the TF as an afterthought, Darius picks up the Jhin by diving in super deep for him. A fight breaks out incredibly chaotically, which is won by one Echo ultimate. The ability does a lot of damage, and with the amount of damage that Echo has, he's able to pick up the rest of the kills in the fight. What the hell is that? Chrono Break? Does
1,580 damage.
yeah, so team fight winning ultimate on two members of Meta Busters. They're going to start cracking up in the base now. One inhibitor turret does go down. Arnia expected to get the other inhibitor turret on the bot side. Stav is there to attempt to stop it from happening. And it looks like Andromeda relents. Nope. Sorry, clear my throat out. Jin's going to attempt to stack the traps. I love doing this. Just stacking a billion traps on one area and hoping someone steps over it. Yeah. I'm just gonna let this play out for a bit, you know? Gonna get on my phone. I like content as well. I'm not here simply to provide content. I did wake up like maybe 3. No, actually, I woke up at 9. It's 2. It's a little 5 hours ago, but I still feel really lethargic. Man, I was gonna do some homework today as well. Maybe that's why I felt lethargic. I was not looking forward to it. Jonah's going to slap red buff. We love it when Zac slaps red buff. Look at him go. Alright. Very nice pickup. Gold funneling into Andromeda's pockets. Gru is going to find Korn up in the top lane and get a very not oppressive trade for half of the Darius' health bar in exchange for his life. But that's through a force of nature as well. God damn, 3.5 item Echo of 10 stack Dark Seal. That's a lot of damage. What does Camille Ultimate do? It's just percentage HP damage. Does it have any scaling? It does not have any scaling. Andromeda's going to pick up the Dragon for free because there is no position for Meadows to contest. That does half of Stav's health with Sunder Sky Stare Axe. That's pretty undead. Korn's going to pick up a free ultimate off the kill onto Dad. Darius' ultimate is not going to do anything else though, as Jhin Zac combo is able to pick up the Darius. The Poppy dies in an afterthought as well. Funny Counter-Strike picks up the Silas. Jhin 4 shots the TF and is going to...
How did I kill the Maokai?
What? Wait, where did the Maokai go? Was that a grenade bounce? Like, how'd Maokai die? What happened there? Yeah, it looks like the game is beginning to end. Jhin all alone in the Nexus. See if he can pick it up. Fujer's going to push the Jhin out a little bit, but Andromeda's back, and they're back with a vengeance. Oh, Logan's up. Is there potentially an angle? Nope. So, game 1 goes over to Andromeda. I will load up game 2. Unless... Can I find a draft link? Will I be able to find the draft link? Find out next time on Honang solo cast a game I may be getting some support, which would be nice. Whoops. Well, I'll just whip this out and have it in the background then while I look for a draft link. I'm going to get some support so I can give my throat a rest while I make someone else do the calls. Boom boom. Boom boom. I walked into the room. Kill that. Open this. And close this. Anything else? Probably need to stream OBS first, which I can do here. And I can go into here. What about this? Put this in. Oh yeah, nice. We even had the same sides. I'm gonna leave this open. If Arnie gets here, he can let people know what's going on. And yeah, I'm just gonna get some water. I'll be back. Look at this draft and tell me in chat what you think of it, and I'll read them off when I get back. I need water so badly. Dame, dame yo, dame yo, antana, suki de, suki de. Alright, I'm back. I have arrived. I will wait for co-caster Arnie to get on. So in the meantime, I can show what the draft is. It doesn't look like I got anything in chat, did I? I'll whip chat out. I'll close it, whip it back up. Do a little diggy with it. Actually, I could do something even funnier. Where's the Stanley song? This is no longer. Oh wow, okay, that's actually gonna level the book. This is no longer a Scrims on stream. This is a Yakuza stream. Right. Metabusters deciding that the Echo was the premier issue and deciding that you can't give Drew Syndra either. Also deciding that you can't give Dad Bard, even though he just picked Camille. So there's a little bit of meta busting happening in the bot lane. Unfortunately, Meta Busters is not doing any sort of meta busting at all. Honestly, that's the greatest tragedy of Scrims Zone so far. Like, where's our meta busting from the meta busters? It's like what? Just meta draft after meta draft? No, no, please. I'm here to disparage you, to make you do a weird draft. I promise I will be doing a weird draft one of these days. Actually, no, I already have. In Frostbite. Actually, I also did in Bilgewater. Didn't I? No, I didn't even play that.
Oh, Honan.
Oh, there he is, aren't you?
Alright, for taking a little bit. Hello, stream. I'm here to co-cast with my the bestie, my teammate, Honan.
Sure thing, hot stuff. Yeah, so welcome back. I will whip out. Is it streaming the draft
Not
for you?
not yet on your stream. Not yet.
That's okay. I see I'm going to be having this issue again. Don't worry about it too much, as draft has been sitting on the screen for like 5 minutes now.
I'm just see. Wait, let me go here and check this. So we've done game one. Yeah, we've done game one. Okay.
Yeah. I will just swap it out to League itself.
Yeah.
I just need to change a couple.
That's
things.
fine. Did we were you able to talk about the game team draft?
Getting into draft?
Yeah.
For game one,
Did we
yeah.
make it?
I'll be honest, game
Game
two
one?
was a little bit of like a fever dream for me.
Yeah.
So
That's definitely
didn't do much talking
definitely
there.
yeah. In terms of the I'll give a few more comments on the draft in game two. With how the alignments work. With the Andromeda prioritizing the Zac flicks. I thought that was I thought that running back that strategy was really good because as seen next game two, Andromeda is able to show that they're able to flex the Zac both top lane and in jungle. As myself, also playing the Zac top lane. We're on a very traditional strong pick in form the Tristana and Dr. Dad and you on a very traditional the question marks?
I didn't read this before. Is she the kid by Gru?
By Cat, she is the kid. I see. I didn't get to read that chat. I didn't get to read chat while that was happening too.
I didn't read chat either, yeah, so. It's about as much news for me as yours.
But yeah, this is probably as much comfort as you can get for Andromeda. You got myself on a weak side, on a strong weak side champ that's able to invite. You got Jonah on his fucking best champ on Shyvana. Like, he's so well known for the Shyvana. I'm actually surprised it went through even.
People aren't looking at it a
last
lot.
time.
I don't know. I guess like having Guru on the team makes it so that things get through.
Yeah, I mean, if you just run facilitators, I mean, if you just support Guru to do Guruing, he will Guru all over you.
I love that. That's a meme now. Guru's gonna Guru all over the enemy.
In terms of the red side draft, I do like the Minibusters comp. They have a lot of really good counter picks, especially with the Cassiopeia mid. I thought the Cassiopeia was good it has a good matchup into the Tristana because considering that Tassini did have to counter pick and Guru just having to suffer in the Cassiopeia matchup. I'm actually not entirely sure how the trades go since I'm not really too familiar with the matchup myself. I'm just gonna assume that Cassiopeia is like being like the counter pick that she is. She's probably gonna be the most. I'm trying to find the words. Trying to probably be favored in the matchup.
Yeah.
Against Tristana, at least in like the early levels when Tristana is like Tristana being like pretty like into her with like the Cassiopeia profaning dashes and stuff. It's very interesting to see that it's very interesting to see Metabusters having a very like a fairly different comp compared to last time. They're going for like when I look at Metabusters comp, what I see is this full scaling. You have like the Kane who is meant to power farm, the Ornn who's meant to soak up the damage, farm top lane, get to those important levels. You have the Cassiopeia, who has a good matchup into Tristana, and just provides really, really good utility dashing champs, especially like Tristana, Maokai, and Zac. And then you have the hardest scaling bot lane I've seen out of Smolder and Senna. Very interesting combination of bot lane champions.
Yeah, no, that bot lane was super obnoxious. Smolder poke is ridiculous on a W.
Yeah, especially when he goes to Comet. I'm not sure I'm not sure why Staff didn't go the Comet build.
Fleet Footwork's
I guess
better
like
for sustain. That's it.
I see.
You already have like
So
a lot of sustain.
prioritizing the sustain over everything right now. So we got a little bit of trade top side. Okay, so in my head, I thought I was gonna kill this guy with that flash. I was planning to like grab the lube, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
Grab the lube, and then just W auto him, thinking that would kill. And unfortunately, it did not go well for me. Oh yeah, this was the incident. So
this is the incident.
Unfortunately, this is not an idiot. I thought my burst was going to be enough damage. Unfortunately, I do get killed here. Passive does go off. I am able to
live,
survive the kill, and like I'm in a pretty happy spot right now. Despite losing my passive, I'm like, okay, I survived. That was kind of shit for me, but the wave is pushing into me. Ornn is looking like he's about to back. But then, yeah, I stop my back, and I say, why not go for one more time? I not only miss my E, I get absolutely shit on.
You find out why you should not have gone in one more time. Yeah,
yeah,
damage.
Yeah, it was a bit of a micro mistake by me.
He really played in a bouncy castle.
Yeah, I probably should not have it.
Yeah.
Just a bad play in general. Shouldn't have gone the E. I'll play it wrong, but that was more or less just me just having a really fucking bad, very greedy play, I guess.
It's one play out of the entire lane.
Yeah.
I think you did fine lane.
Looks like no one trying to get a play on Guru in the middle side of the map. Doesn't look like it seems to work out. No one probably doesn't really want to touch mid lane at all for the time being, considering he is leaning more towards a Red Kang build based on his runes. You don't usually see Conqueror on Kang that often, which is interesting. I would assume that Aerie would still be pretty popular on the Kang.
The thing with Aerie is the passive interaction no longer works. Right.
I see.
So
okay,
Conqueror's
so
back to being the red side thing.
Okay, that's in that case, and I think going Conqueror is fine then.
Yeah. I personally wouldn't have loved to see as we are going to see Guru get a trade-off, and
Guru getting caught on the tower, and Tusini with a really nice solo kill. I mean, the Cassiopeia grounded. It's so good against the Tristana, unable to even flash out of the CC that she's able to provide.
Yeah,
very unfortunate for Guru to just be CC'd under a tower.
A very uncharacteristic Guru mistake as well. He did Guru a little too hard there. You're just trading really nicely as well in top lane.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. You see Dad going for the flash roam and immediately, and the
good sidestep. And are you going to kill the Ornn here? One auto would do it.
Side of the map, both solo laners able to pick up both kills. I mean, that's real. I mean. Going back on the player Guru, it was very well played of all. The micro to just turn at the exact time Tusini would ult. I mean, that was very, very impressive.
Very nice by Dad to find that roam tyrant. I think like Dad's roams both games were pretty impactful.
I mean, that's what you get for playing Bard so much. He's like he does not care if he's not playing Bard. He will always have that high roaming play style, which is the reason why I highly rate him as a player.
I feel like I'm playing top lane with the amount of times I'm weak-sided bot lane. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, you always have to be weak-sided when you're playing with Guru because of how fucking good he is. And
it's fine. We get the formula.
Yeah, we get the exactly. I mean, that's a part of me, and that's a part of Andromeda's identity at this point. With how many games they've run the same, like there's pretty much the same kind of strategies with Andromeda have run throughout the entire season thus far. Having a bot lane and top lane weak-sided, while all the resources being put onto Grura, who was obviously like out of anyone in Andromeda, the best mechanical player. In probably the entire server. I mean, the accolades speak for themselves.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
I mean, he's definitely MVP for game 1. I was just gonna get to that later.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean, like,
100%.
he's Grura, you know?
Yeah, he's 100%. Like, I was thinking about that. I was thinking maybe Jonah with the Zac plays. Like, he was kind of a contender, but like if we looked at, I was looking for game 1 while I was eating breakfast, and I was like, yeah, no, that was literally just a Grura moment.
Grura just like trades Darius for half his health through Force of Nature in top lane, and turns it into a tower. Turns it into like a double kill. It's magic.
It is magic. Trade's going off in top lane. Zac able to utilize the insane pass that he has. Able to trade with the Ornn, despite taking negative trades, just being able to sustain it fully up with how strong his passive is.
I'm sorry, did you heal 124 off of one wall?
Yeah, no. The reason why Zac is able to heal so much, despite his health, his current health usage from his abilities being so low, is because of Revitalize and his ultimate passive. His ultimate passive, it gives him increased healing with his blobs, which I don't know why that's the case, but it's the reason why Zac's top has been so popular, and not only in Scrim Zone but just in pro play as well. We've seen like I'm not too sure on like certain names because I like don't watch pro play that much, but I do know from like casually watching like professional play that Zac is very popular in the top lane because of how high his sustain is, how high his stat numbers are.
Yeah.
Etc.
No.
Looks like Noah going for a play on the bot side. Oh, the ult! A little bit late from Dad, but he's able to at least peel enough for Honan to be able to flash out. And Jonah is able to go. Jonah able to do the big slang, of his ultimate. It's so low.
They get picked up. Shyvana E over the wall picks up the Senna. And
I didn't even see that. So Shyvana was just in the bush. That was so good from Jonah.
Yeah.
Being able to just essentially jump scare them, playing like the dragon version of the dragon retelling of Fiddlesticks.
Dragon Fiddlesticks.
Dragon Fiddlesticks. We got a little bit of a trade top side. Flash out for me. I probably didn't need to flash that because he wasn't really in auto range, but you know, better safe than sorry. It's a bit of a losing trade for me. Yes, if you're the Zac in this situation, you're still pretty happy. You're a level ahead of the Ornn. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're scaling. You're preventing this Ornn from scaling as much as he should.
You're up 20 CS.
Exactly. Yeah. What else? Even if you take a bad trade, what else matters when you have the CS advantage?
Yeah, I mean, you've made up for the bad trade in essence. So.
Yeah.
Jin's going to walk.
Bit of an overextension from bot lane. Dr. Dad stun locked at his ADC would walk up without his support.
I've never punished.
But will it matter? Dr. Dad again walking up, having to use his flash. A little bit of miscoordination from the side of Andromeda. Both the support and ADC just walking up, seemingly without much forethought.
Yeah, you know, there's a little bit of for fun gaming in that bush. We need a division, so we decided to invest heavily in it. Good read by MetaBusters that we would fight heavily for that bush, but
ultimately it didn't seem to matter too much because MetaBusters not being able to punish that. And because of them not being able to punish, it's just the team fight. Because of them not being able to punish early, the team fight from Andromeda is just so strong, especially with the Zac, the Shyvana, the Maokai. There's so much CC they're able to do when they're all together. and Andromeda's just playing to their strengths despite their despite the macro mistakes. They are staying true to the identity of their team comp, which is playing for the team fight, staying close together, and just winning based on how strong your team fight is.
No satisfaction from the King Q picking up all 3 gobies. 07.
Let's see. In terms of build path so far, I'm not entirely sure that if the Hollowed Radiance from Horn is correct. You do usually want to see the Barmies rush on most tank. Ooh, never mind my comments. Looks like we're gonna trade in the bot lane. Dr. Dad being able to take out the Smolder, and Santa might follow suit. She has to flash out, but the Q barely missing. Really nice trade from Dr. Really nice from Dr. Dad. I'm actually not, I didn't really seem to catch how who was it? I didn't really seem to catch out. It was either Senna or Smolder. I think it was Smolder.
Smolder got caught out by Jin W.
Oh, the Jin W. I see.
Fourth shot into Jin W, and then Smolder's so low that one flash, Bramble, smash is actually able to pick it up.
I mean, that's unfortunately what happens when you give Honan a Jin. And never mind that, it looks like there's another game coming up from the Kane. Zach trying his best to survive, but the high amount of damage that On and Kane able to pull out. But the passive comes in just so good on the Zach in clutch situations like this, and Jonah is being able to come up and help his boy, enabling to pretty much just shut on the 2v2. On the 2v2.
I mean, Jonah plays it well, waits until their cooldowns are used, and then goes in and picks up the Kane out of the ultimate.
I mean, at that point, Kane is still such a weak champion, especially in these team fights, especially with Kane not having the red form yet, any red form or any form for that matter, and Shyvana just being
Dad
so
goes in
strong.
off an ultimate. Twisted Advance is going to lock the Cassiopeia in place for knocking the turret.
Another great throw from Dr. Dad. He is really putting Brewer back into the game with these rounds after a pretty major micro error from Brewer, getting solo killed by Tusini. Maokai is being able to, essentially put him back in the game with how much pressure he's putting on Tusini.
07 weak side warrior.
And it's not like Tusini. It's like nothing that Tusini can do about it. It's really hard for the Senna to match the roams.
Yep.
Like
Jonah goes in off of the ultimate, and binding from Jin's going to be able to help him pick up the Senna.
This is one of the disadvantages of playing a bot lane like Smolder and Senna. You just have not a lot of self heal without like something like an engage support. It makes him very vulnerable to ganks, and like it's like clockwork for Andromeda. They're playing to their strengths. They're identifying the weaknesses they have with their team comp, and that is just fully stomping their most weakest champs. In my opinion, is going to be the lane that is Senna Smolder.
Yeah, I know. It's somehow bot lane has been the 2v1 for about 5 minutes, and Jin's still ahead. Speaking of, Dad picks up another kill onto the Kane. Really, he's the ADC now.
Another great run from Dr. Dad.
He's the ADC now. He's looked me in the eyes and told me that he's the ADC now.
I mean, it's just so good from Dr. Dad. He's able to, and the most surprising thing is he's done all of this roaming, and he's still 2 levels ahead of the Senna.
Yeah.
It's just really good roaming power from the Maokai. He's just so good at that roaming playstyle.
The Senna has died twice. This may help.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious for a fact that just the isolated 2v2, Andromeda has been playing a more cleaner series, but like, it's just.
He's
like
really good at roaming. He's really good at picking his timers as well. He hasn't missed a single minion bot lane. Feels like.
And it's a shame that Metabosses isn't like being able to adapt to these roams. Like you don't see Tusini try to like. I mean, it's like pretty hard for Tusini to even make plays. More the bot lane. It's like their Metabosses comp is so reliant on power farming and scaling that they're unable to make the play. Any kind of early plays because of how much help the lack.
Oh, this is the incident! So everyone calls to go to the dragon.
Oh, the incident. Oh, the incident. Oh.
Drives into the turret, flashes out.
Ah, yes, and then flashes out. Yeah, that's very, very Honan. We were all backing up. We were like, okay, that's a clean hero crash. We're probably gonna give the other rift hero. That's what we got the first tower. Then we see Honan going in as soon as I casted my E, and then things like you essentially nearly trade your life for half of the tower's HP.
Yeah,
And
well,
you waste the flash.
the means justify the ends.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's pretty base behavior, pretty Giga Chad behavior.
Yeah. RFC is complete on Jin. Well, very much ahead of Smolder. You're just going to get a little racist ganked in the top lane, 3v1.
Yeah, unfortunately, unfortunately, despite having vision of both the center and I can't see the fucking character.
Kane?
Was it Senna Smolder?
No,
Kane?
Smolder is like going to have what happened to him.
Oh no, it
to you.
was. Oh, Senna. Okay. Oh yeah. Despite me being able to. Oh, fuck. I'm so late. I'm casting.
You cast a curse to yourself during the cast.
Yeah. Okay. Sum up that play. I didn't see fit. I legit was not paying attention to the map. I didn't see the Senna and Kane walk up. I got shot on.
To be fair, you wouldn't have seen them because they were inside a Senna shroud, which means that you don't see icons.
I guess so, but despite that, I mean, Tsuni is just like Tsuni isn't even far behind, and he's still having plays made on him. It's like your only win con is just dying in isolation. And it's like it's not a good look for Meta Buster. It's like
Tsuni is
really
1k behind on gold. It's actually pretty far behind as well on XP.
Yeah, it is a very tough look. I do want to say that the Meta Busters do have the better scaling compared to the Andromeda. But all Andromeda have to do is just close the game out as early as they can. Like they already have such a ridiculous lead.
There is one asterisk, which is we do have the better scaling if Shyvana gets 4 dragons, and we're already on 3 dragons.
Right.
Tristana is going to experience counterplay.
Yeah, Tristana finding it very, very difficult to silence against the Cassiopeia. Yeah. Looks like it doesn't matter when the Tristana is not what you want to be worried about. As Jonah going in, both the ultimate and the follow-up and the Jin ultimate is just so good.
Jonah jumped on the Smolder and did all of his health flare. I just stole 2 kills.
And the 1v1 in the top lane, Ornn is owning, Zac is zacking about who's gonna come out on top.
It's the Zac!
It's the Zac.
The blob!
Good 1v1 for the Zac. Don't want to give myself too crazy. I don't want to because I don't want to be that kind of guy.
You're recovering pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, just a good 1v1.
You still have like the CS lead as well, and you're actually like ahead in gold.
Yeah, the one things I wanted to point out in that fight with the CC buffers, like I managed to play the fight in a way where I was using my CC to buffer like every single thing that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
So for example, I used my E to buffer the ultimate, like the second chance of the ultimate. It's also and ultimately like micro decisions like that, thinking about what you want to do and like thinking about what you want to do in the 1v1 instead of like brainlessly smashing abilities. That's what distinguishes between like average players to good players.
Yeah. I think you have a very good grasp on how to buffer CC, and
yes,
the funny thing about buffering CC is it makes it so that the CC almost doesn't exist, and it's just a damage ability.
Exactly, and as I said previously, Andromeda is just pushing their leads to the minute. There's nothing that Meta Busters can do with how far behind they are. Even if they want to contest the objective, they can't. And there's just and Andromeda just taking full advantage of how ahead they are.
Oh, that gets a very nice sneaky gank on Tukachini.
Oh, and another nice turnaround from Brewer.
Seraph's Embrace is gonna make this dive a little hard.
The dive is coming slow, but the tower is eventually dead. Tsuni is cleaned up by Brewer.
Yep. Very nice engagement. You just ensure the Brewer cannot possibly die to the Cassiopeia. That champion was very tanky for being 1-4.
Yeah, I mean, and also Andromeda is just making so they're not they are not standing passively while they are not standing passively and not standing passively while
Playing passively.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're not playing passively with the lead that they have. They really don't want any of them to scale to the potential they have, especially the smaller the orb. So Andromeda just having again just a really good grasping identity. Zach having used the ultimate, well, ultimate, afraid that they were going to get engaged on the TP being forced out by Tristana. They do seem to get the tower because of it, but it does seem like a very close team fight. The flash out from Fuja, being able to dodge the second Q2, and Zach falling.
Or do you? Or do you?
Or
Or do you?
Does the Cassiopeia able to? Is the Cassiopeia able to kill me? No! The E comes up just in time with the poison damage, unable to finish the zap off. And despite the root, doesn't even matter.
Zach's out.
Does it?
Like a
Well,
ghost in
does
the
it?
light.
Cassiopeia trying to look for the finish. Well, it looks like the chase is over. And despite that seemingly just drastic fight, Andromeda is able to get so much on the other side of the map. They just easily like Amanda bosses are trying to have plays happen on the top side, but it's almost immediately matched by Andromeda whenever it be like an inhibitor take or a tower take.
Alright. I think that we just played it more clean. We had better execution at critical moments in the game. I mean, kind of hard to fumble the brewer kill there, but everything else, like, they probably could have killed you with a couple more well-aimed skill shots, or if Tuccini didn't miss the Q when you were jumping away.
I mean, Metabus has still had a pretty decent lane state in the early, especially with just the solo kill. As I mentioned before, the solo kill on Brewer, it did seem like a big opening. I mean, Metabus was unable to turn that into anything, turn that kill into anything in the early game. Game as Andromeda just steamrolling ahead.
Every champion on Andromeda is monster fed. We'll see if Metabus can fight their way out of this disadvantage. Profane Hydra on the Red Cane, by the way. Very interesting pick.
It's going to be very hard to. It's going to be very hard for Metabosses to do anything. They're getting smothered by both super minions about to crash in their tower. I wouldn't be surprised if Andromeda tries to go for this preferred inhibitor and potentially try to look for an objective if it's up. At the same time, maybe they could just end it here. It looks like they are trying to go for a team fight to end the game. Zach able to look for the Q2 and all around chaos ultimate popping out. Kane ultimate, Jin ultimate. It looks like Andromeda pulling through. Zach being so tanking in this scenario. And Jonah outputting so much damage on that AP Shyvana build. And it's an ace from Andromeda.
The wallets are too heavy. Ace comes out for Andromeda, and this should be the game.
Yep. Very clean series from Andromeda overall. I mean, the early game did look a bit worrying with how the Tristana was looking in the mid lane. Tuccini managing to get pretty impactful kill, but just Metabus has been unable to do anything about it.
Right. So, probably not gonna stream for too long. This was just a quick one before Dean gets back home.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, it's a bit unfortunate that I wasn't here during the first part of the game. But
what are your MVPs? Game 1, Game 2.
Game 1, I'm not going to contest you with the Guru Game 1. I did watch some aspects of Game 1, and just Guru was just so strong on the Echo. Like, I actually have no idea how Echo got through in terms of the drop picks. Maybe Metabus's thought they could have countered it with the Poppy, but the Poppy and the Stylus, but Guru is just, despite like having the counter matchup, he just managed to pull through in his lane. Is absolutely just took the game by storm. In terms of the second game, I'm going to give my MVP in the second game to Dr. Dad, in my opinion. I feel like his roams, especially in the mid game, where he got Guru out of that terrible situation, like being behind, having that solo kill on the Cassio, and Dad just essentially just bailing him out of the lane. I feel, and in the way that he impact of the map in the later stages of the game, how with its high octane roaming style, and just everything from the ultimates, everything from the ultimates from the engages. That is my opinion on this game 2 movie. I think it belongs to Dr. Dad.
Dad just owns the Rift Chart. The Rift Charts? No, Dad just owns the Rift Grand Prix. He just has been in every lane. I don't think I've seen that guy not roam the top lane. Like, you're getting more resources than what you think, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, guys everywhere.
You ban the Bard, but he's gonna play Bard anyway, except in the form of Maokai. Like you just can't underestimate how far he is. How far he's gonna take his roaming playstyle. That's not even relying on the champion he's playing. He's gonna do it on the Maokai. He's gonna do it on the Bard. He's probably going to do it on a lot of other chance, depending on what we see in his future.
You can take Dad away from the Bard, but you can't take the Bard out of Dr. Dad.
Exactly.
The man just exudes Bard energy.
What are your thoughts on the MVP, Hannah?
Yeah, no, mine's already the exact same. I don't have any arguments against what you said. I don't even think I can give MVP to anyone else in Game 1 just because we needed a tank, we got a tank, and then we had a 3v1 or 2v1 situation in every lane where it should have just been like even fight.
Yeah.
Except bot lane, 07, weak side warrior.
Yeah, I mean, even despite that, you were just, in isolation, you were just doing really well.
I mean, I had another perfect game, so I can't say I did poorly. Alright.
Exactly. Alright, do we have any other closing thoughts for Hanan? I personally don't have any other closing thoughts for
My closing thought is Dean better get home faster, or I'm going to start streaming other games for him again.
I mean, if Dean doesn't get home in time, I'll be down to cast the other games with you, Honan.
We'll
Especially with the not knowing the outcome. I think that'll be pretty hot. We'll just have to see.
Well, I'd also have to grab the files, but that's besides the point.
Alright.
The next game is going to be Spectres versus Metabusters. And then...
Do we have a time for that? I assume we don't.
Dean will, because that's when he's getting home to record.
Time TBN. Time to be continued. Time TBN. Hopefully today. At some point.
It is here. I'll just, like, do a little bit of, movie magic.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, Dean has said that he's going to record Spectres versus Metabusters before before the end of tonight. So the only one that's up in the air right now is Spectres versus Andromeda. Which,
just Andromeda?
Yeah, the next, the only game that's up in the air in terms of, like, who's going to record it or stream it is Spectres versus Metabusters. And that's just, like, a little bit of backroom deals. Because that was, like, the one from last week, where, we had a couple of very interesting incidents. I might actually try to get Ben or someone from Spectres to help me cast that as well. Just to, like, unbias it a little bit.
If worst comes to worst, I might come in as well, because I'm not sure how that game works.
Oh, you're more than welcome to come in.
Yeah, unlike the game we just casted. Well, I like the game we just casted. I didn't really see that much of that game since I was, not playing in it. So
yeah, don't worry about it. You'll be able to see it if when it happens.
All right.
But all right.
Well,
anyways, we'll see you next time. Or actually, Dean will see you next time, and then I might see you after. See what happens.
Thank you for watching, guys. Have a good night or day, depending on where you live, and peace.
All right.